welcome back to another live stream inside of the city. Today's live stream isn't going to be that long because, guys, I'm going to do what I promised you guys, and I'm going to make some more NTV adverts, and I also want to carry on a bit more of a Park Drive episode, which is going pretty well. 2 seconds, guys. Alright, yeah, so I want to do some of that stuff, and guys, I have done the sickest thing in the city ever. Like, it may not be much to you, but I'm like really pleased that I found out how to do this. Now look, guys, if you look there, there's TV aerials on the roof. Now, I've been wanting to do TV aerials for I can't even remember how long on like not just this city world but previous city worlds, but I've never like known a design on how to do one. I've never I've never really found a decent design without making them look too big or making them look too oversized for what they're actually meant to be. However, I was browsing through YouTube the other day, well, this morning actually, as a matter of fact, and there was a video of this guy who was there was a video from this guy who was building his real life house, and on the thumbnail there's like the picture of the complete house, and there was an aerial on the top, and I thought, wait a second, that might mean that he's going to build it in the house. So I clicked on the video and I specifically skipped to the part where he was just doing the roof, just so I could see how he did the aerial, not the house, just the aerial, and he done the aerial. But I actually added some of my own features to it because it needed some features happening to it. But yeah, pretty sick. We have some aerials. I've just gone and confused oh, there we go. I confused myself then on I come in here and I couldn't see the door, and I was like, what? How do we get out of here again? But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you one of these bad boy aerials. Well, I'll show you this one. So we've got this aerial here, which is just on the side of the house, and they look pretty nice. So, I don't know if you guys know how to put an aerial up, but I kind of know the basics of putting an aerial up, because obviously I put aerials up in real life. So, so what you do is you get two types of aerials. One's called a vision aerial, and one's called an XG, and basically an XG is a type of aerial you put up if the area is bad for signal. So if you're in an area where you're going to get quite bad signal, then you put what's called an XG aerial up, and they basically just do the same thing. A vision and an XG does the same thing, but basically like the XG just is a stronger aerial for places what maybe are more low down and a lot of trees what get in the way, which may affect signal. So it's like a stronger aerial, or if you're in a place in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of harder to pick up signal, then you would use what's called an XG aerial. And basically what you do is the aerial comes in a bag, and you have to assemble the aerial. So you put the aerial together, and basically you get what's called a pole. Now these poles come in different sizes, you know, sort of like a 10-foot pole or a 12-foot pole, that kind of thing. And basically what you do is you build the aerial up, and there's a little thing in the aerial, usually in the vision and the XG aerials, what you connect a wire to. So what you do is you get a coil of coax, which is what the wire is called. It's like a big coil of wire which is coiled up, and you basically pull off as much as you're going to need. Well, literally you've got to kind of guess. So say for example, if you're putting up an aerial, you're going to want enough wire to go down to wherever it's going to go in. So some houses, the amplifier would go into the loft, so you'd only need a little bit of cable, or sometimes the amplifier will go outside on the aerial. It'll be an outside one, so then you'll drop your wire down, and basically the amplifiers come in 1 ways, 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, 6 ways, and so on, depending on however many bedrooms you have in a house. So if you have maybe 4 bedrooms, high, then basically you would put what's called a four-way. So you'd get 4 different wires. So one wire would come from the aerial to the amplifier, and then the other wires, like the other 4 wires, would go down into each room. And basically what you'd do is you'd go inside the house, you would drill a hole in each room, and then basically you drop the cable down what's attached to the amplifier and the aerial, and basically you would then pull the wire through the hole into basically what that bedroom would be, and then you would more or less put a coax plug on the end of the aerial, on the end of the wire rather, and then you would connect it to the back of your TV. Basically it would go into the back of your TV, which would then send a signal for you to get your Freeview TV, that kind of thing. And you at the aerial, the wire what attaches to the aerial, you put what's called an F connector on them, and basically all you have to do is just break up the wire. So the black bit what you see around the normal black wire, you basically get like a Stanley knife or whatever you cut inside to the wire, and you get basically down to the copper and all the braiding. You twist the braiding round and you just screw an F connector on it, and then obviously you connect it to the aerial, and you connect F connectors to the amplifier. You drop the wires down into the holes into each bedroom, connect them to the TV, and you know, and you've also got to like face the aerial the right way. So if you're in an area where you've not been before, like say for example you're fitting one in an area you've not been before, if you look around you'll see all the ways the other aerials are facing. So if this one's facing this way and you're working on that house for example across there, then you're going to have to face the aerial the same way for where the signal's going from. Obviously like the huge TV masts, what, you know, like power up all your Freeview channels, like, you know, like the aerial has to point the right way to get the signal as well. So anyway, it's really cool that we found the design for them in Minecraft, because I've like wanted to do it for so long, but I've never found a good enough design without making them look too big or making them look too small. So there's what they look like. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just more or less going ahead and putting them on most homes. Now not every home has an aerial. Some people what don't use Freeview and just use Sky don't actually need an aerial, but what you find nowadays is like this is the real truth at work. What you find nowadays is a lot of people are actually changing to Freeview because Sky's actually becoming a rip-off. So if you have like Sky TV with like what you're paying a month and what you have to pay as extra, a lot of people are finding it too expensive. So what they just do is for the channels they're probably not even hardly going to watch for what they're paying, is they just basically ring up and cancel Sky. So then obviously they'll need a Freeview to watch TV, so they'll ring us and say, you know, can you put an aerial up, or, you know, can you do so and so because we're not having Sky anymore, and then that'll be our job to come and do it. So I know the basics of what you have to do, but you know, like some things I still like just watching and learning. And also you usually, depending on like what type of house it is, usually you would sometimes connect the aerial to a chimney. So you'd put a bracket on the chimney, you know, attach a bracket to a chimney, then you'd pull the aerial pole up, tighten it with the V-bolts and hold your aerial that way. Sometimes if it's a more newer house and the house maybe isn't as tall, that type of thing sometimes depends. You can also put them on the side like this. They can go on like a bracket on the side without actually going onto a chimney, especially on like a bungalow and things like that where there isn't necessarily going to be a chimney, but usually on a big house they go like straight up to the chimney, and it's pretty cool. But it's good that we've got them in Minecraft, and from a distance when you're like looking up at the houses, or when you kind of like for example stood here and you see them all up there, like all the TV aerials, it looks so realistic. It kind of makes it look more, it gives more of a feel to the thing itself. So it's actually like pretty nice. Yeah, they're basically TV aerials, Steve. You know, like aerials for getting Freeview. That's basically what it is. You know, like the big things you usually see on like top of houses in real, to get you like Freeview signals and stuff like that. I've managed to do that in Minecraft. I saw a video where someone was building a house and they put the TV aerial on the top of it, and it kind of like inspired me with the design. Two secs. Yeah, kind of like a satellite dish, but aerials are different. Satellite dishes help you with sky. Aerials help you with free view. You know, like your normal TV remote for like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all the free view channels. So it's quite good. But another thing we have to do quite a bit at work now is outside lights, because people like want to get their outside lights fixed for the darker nights coming, you know, if they're driving back from work and it gets dark early, or they've been out till like pretty late. They want to have like a light what comes on like to shine up the driveways and things like that, up the paths. So we actually have to do a lot of outside lights now, which again, I know the basics of doing an outside light. I'm not like too technical with all the wiring stuff what my dad does inside the light, but I know the general idea about like fixing the light to the wall and stuff like that. You know, you get the little bracket with the outside light. You basically ask the man, say for example we were doing a light today, a man wanted a light moving, it was above his back, it was above his door, but then he got like a porch built, and where the light was before, the porch gets in the way to block the sight, so he wanted the light moving. So we went to move the light, took the light down, and it was knackered, like the bulb had gone, you couldn't get inside the light because the screw was basically knackered, so we had to basically give him a new light. So we had to move it, and you get a bracket with the new light which the light attaches to, and basically you ask the man whereabouts on the wall he wants it, and you take the bracket up, you get a marker pen, you mark 2 holes, you drill 2 holes, you put 2 red raw plugs in the holes, and you basically screw the bracket onto the wall and then do the rest of with the light. Yeah?
Change your plan. I'm not watching the United match anymore. I'm heading out with my friends.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Ah, what, you're clown hunting?
I don't know, we're just going walking around the park playing Pokemon Go. We might get some food afterwards.
Ah, are you going off now?
Yeah.
Ah, fair dues.
I'm gonna be in the town centre for 8, so
fair dues.
About 20-minute walk.
Fair dues, fair doodly daddly diddly doos. Bye. Okay, yeah, so that's what we kind of had to do today, and then we had to fix someone's area, what had fallen down, like he didn't need a new one, but basically like the wind had kind of blown it down, and we just had to put it back up and make it secure again to make sure that they could get the signal, that type of thing. But you know, it's quite interesting actually. Like it's cooler than I thought. Like, because I never used to really like it before. But I think the reason why I didn't enjoy it before was because I was just kiddyish back then. You know, like I'd rather just play back then and mess about and that type of thing. And you know, like I didn't enjoy it as much back then because I was younger. But now I'm kind of older and I'm getting a pay and I'm quite enjoying it. It's still not something I want to stick with for the rest of my life. Like, if I could make a career out of music or something, or like do, like that type of thing, which is what I'm like, which would be like one of my biggest dreams. Like, I'd obviously do that, but like just for something to do at the moment, and get a wage and get about, see different people, and just something as a skill to learn. Like I could quite imagine, like, in so many years' time, if I was living in my own house and the area went or something like that, instead of like ringing for someone, instead of like ringing for somebody to sort of like like if I needed to fix it, like at home. I guarantee like in a few years I could do it myself. Like it's a good skill to have, like, and obviously like if I never get anything out of music and MCing, like if I never get a proper big career out of it, then obviously I can still just do that. But it's kind of like if my music career was to take off, then I'd switch to the music, but I wouldn't like stop the job and like wait for something to happen with music, if you know what I mean. Like I'll do the job, and then if something happens with music, then I know that I can like leave there and, you know, do the music. And then if the music went bust again or something, I could always go back to that job. Like I know it would be there for me, with it being, you know, obviously family business and that type of thing. So it'd be quite cool that way. It's cool that way to know. It's quite cool that way to know that you can kind of, you know, that it's there for you to do, which is, you know, obviously a pretty cool, decent thing. That, you know, in that sense. So it you know, it's pretty cool in that way. And like I say, it gets me a wage, which is pretty nice, because like for example when Mafia 3 came out, like I knew that I'd worked all week, and I knew that, you know, I had a bit of cash and I could go and get it. I know like when my plus ran out, you know, I made my own pay, so I could just go and top up my plus, that type of thing. And you know, same with like other things, when I want to go to these clubbing events, it's nice to know that I'm working my own wage and getting it, and I'm working all week, and then like I can like go to the club or whatever and have a drink and say, you know, I worked for this drink and I've got it myself. I've not borrowed it from family or anything like that. I've done it all myself. And it's quite a nice feeling. But it's nice to know that you can just get things what you want, like not necessarily to go like balmy and just waste it, but when something like comes out what you really want, or if you really want to do something like go out for the day, it's nice to know that you can, if you get what I mean, Steve. It's nice to know. It's nice to know that you're getting your own pay and you can do it. Like you don't feel like, oh, I wonder if I'll be allowed to do this because, you know, they might not be able to give me any money today. It's nice to know that you've kind of like earned it yourself, and you know you can do it. And it makes it nice. It makes it more enjoyable that way. It really does. So anyway, when you coming online, Steve, like, are you coming on today or? That's the question. That is the digga-doo-digga-da question. Now, I'm not sure exactly how high these are, like all the other ones are, but I'm just gonna like, I'll tell you what I could probably do. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, like my job, it's boring, but it keeps my car and bike on. Exactly. I should get my bike back tomorrow, actually, Steve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just need to go down by 1. Yeah, I should get my bike back tomorrow. The bike shop doesn't open today. Like, they open on a Saturday, so instead of like opening on a Monday, they open on a Saturday, so they have the Monday off. You know, whereas like some shops like would just work all week, like, because they're kind of like a small local business. Like they're not a type of company you'd see like all over the country, if that makes sense. Like you kind of like, they're in our town and that's it. So instead of working Mondays, they work Saturdays instead. So, you know, that's kind of the way it is. That is the way it goes. That's just the way it is. Get some sandy stone, eh, Rooney? quite enjoying making these actually. They're quite simple to make too. But yeah, as I was saying, Steve, when you're coming online, or are you coming online? I better do that. Digga-doo, digga-da, digga-doo, digga-da, digga-doo, digga-day. Better do that too. Just so we can go ahead and... Saying that though, that's then going to make it... Yeah, we're going to have to go like that. But then I think that's too big. Like, I don't... Yeah, because then you can obviously fit like that, can't you? How did we have this before? Like... Did it go like that? Or was it usually like that? I think that's how it went before. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh no, oh, I done that again. And there's like a little moth in my room because I've got the light on. I actually turned the light on to record an MC, but then I never turned it back off. Should probably do that. Oh yeah, it's not even that switch. Silly me. There we go. At Mo, I'm playing GTA with my cousin. Oh, okay. Well, just join whenever, man. I mean, I'm just on my own at the minute. Stampy went off because he was playing football. Going to the park with some friends and that. And Camo messed up the recordings for us. Well, he didn't mess them up for us, but he was messing them up before, like what we were trying to record before. He wouldn't do it properly, and he was just like in one of them giddy hyper moods. And to be honest with you, like, you know, like I had a good day at work, that type of thing, and I just wanted to come home and get them recorded. And I was happy, you know, like, because obviously, like, I uploaded episode 1, 2 and 3. And I was kind of like, you know, I really want to get episode 4 up because I'm enjoying doing this, and I just wanted to record them, and like I just got a bit peed off, like, you know, like because I just wanted to get them done. I didn't want to, like, I can like having a joke, you know, like, yeah, having a joke, like, obviously I've joked about the Taliban things and stuff like that, which, you know, I'll admit that, but there's joking and then there's just going on like, you know, I don't mind having a little bit of a laugh, like sometimes when things go wrong, like in a recording, we find it funny, we have a laugh about it, but I just kind of like, today, like, I just wanted to get them done, and basically, like, you know, like, having a joke's having a joke, but then, like, you just wouldn't do that, you just wouldn't do it, like, just doing it, but you just wouldn't do it. You know, we had a joke, and Stampy had a joke, and then he stopped having a joke, and he got into gear, he got, you know, ready to do it, and he was over it. Hi, welcome to the stream, buddy, how you doing? We're building TV aerials at the minute, believe it or not. Oh, I hate string, you know, because you can never see, like, it's really awkward to see how to place it. That's it. Oh. So yeah, we're actually like starting to do TV aerials. Pretty good. Pretty good, to be honest. Could I play with you? If you add me on Ash101 Gaming 123, this one with 2 A's, then you can, you know, then you can go ahead and, you know, join the world. Yeah, Steve, like that's the thing, like, you know, like, you know, having a joke, like, we've laughed about that Taliban thing now for a few days, and, like, a joke's a joke, but it's just getting old, like, you know, there's having a joke, but, like, I want to get I literally want to get these episodes up, and the thing what was peeing me off the most, Steve, like, you know, correct me if I'm being a bit, like, no sense of humour, but every time, like, I start to do a recording and then, for example, Camo messes it up by changing into, like, a Taliban skin or something like that, it's taking up space on my PlayStation, which is, like, the space I could be, like, recording an episode which goes right, which I can then put out on the channel. But, like, every time, like, he does, like, a Taliban thing and I've started recording, or I start recording and then he says something and then it's like I have to stop it and start again, it makes a load of, like, 30-second clips, which you might think 30 seconds doesn't take long, but when you, like, then when you go to, like, start editing the video, for example, and you've got, like, almost, like, 20 little 30-second clips, it's gonna like start taking up storage, and then when I'm, like, trying to edit it, I've got to, like, go through and see which is which. Because I don't have. Wait, lol, forgot I can't because I don't have that. Oh, okay then. I'm not the only one who messes up during recordings. Yeah, I know that, but, like, I'm not on about messing up. Like, you know, like, obviously, like, people mess up and get the lines wrong or forget what they're gonna say, but it's just like you really, like, start annoying me on purpose. Like, for example, like, we'll go to do a scene, and then it's like I'll explain to people what's going to happen. Like, for example, I'll say like Stampy, you're going to sit in the garden for this one, and then Camo's going to come out the kitchen and he's going to tell you about the job, and you're going to say this and you're going to say that, and then you all say right, we're ready, and then I'll go like 5, 4, 3, and then you'll go like wait, what am I doing again? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be saying? And it's like, I've just told you, and sometimes I'll say it like 3 times, and it kind of feels like you'll purposely not listen, so then I have to explain it again. It gets annoying because Stampy knows what he's doing. Stampy's ready to do the recording, and, like, I can understand messing up, but sometimes I think you just do it on purpose to, you know, obviously muck up the recordings. You know what I'm right, the kind of blocks or whatever. Yeah. Alright, let's get this going. So yeah, I'm just putting TV aerials on all the houses at the moment. Just add that little bit more of a realism, and also ITZ jumping rab. If you want to start following this channel, I mean, obviously it's up to you. But me and some of my friends, we do this thing called NTV, where we record videos like of like us doing things in Minecraft. Like, for example, we could be playing a game show. We could be like doing a role-playing series or something, and I edit it like you're watching a TV program, like you're watching it on a TV. So you get like all the commercials for, you know, like adverts for chocolate bars, and you know, we do like adverts for like deals at supermarkets and different shops around the city, and then we kind of do like the next up on NTV, you know, we're going back for another round of the such and such gaming show, and then you get like all the gaming show like intros, and then obviously we like go ahead and, you know, make it like look as if you're watching it as a TV program, you know, like you would be on the real TV. So if you want to get like subscribe or something, like, you can check some of them out. But the biggest thing we're doing at the moment is we're doing a thing called Park Drive Drama. Now this street here, what I'm on right now, is called Park Drive, and we're basically creating like a little role-playing series where it's got like different people what live in like different houses along the streets, and we're doing like different scenes and kind of making it like a little episode of EastEnders if you live in the UK, or, you know, basically like a soap opera. And it's nothing special, but it's quite fun to watch. We do like different voice impressions, and we use like different skins for like different characters in different scenes, and we make different stuff happen, and different people like come into the series. It's quite a fun thing to watch, like, and for us, like, I don't know if it's as fun for you to watch as it is for us to make it, but I enjoy making it. It's quite fun, like, because we can put on some funny voices, where like us who are recording it can have a giggle about it, that type of thing. And then we do general, you know, we do general little scenes. Like, for example, the postman delivers a parcel here, but, you know, he comes like up the drive like whistling and singing. And then the biggest story we've been doing at the moment is the person in this house over here. He's been having a lot of like issues recently. First off, his sink was leaking, so a plumber had to come out and fix it, but the plumber he was using wasn't, you know, doing his job properly. And then we got onto his little kid in the park who basically was messing about with these caravan people, which they've actually gone now, but he was playing football and he, you know, kicked the ball at the caravan and it broke a window. They chased him, and there was like a big argue. You know, yeah, like, we put time and effort into it basically, but it's quite fun. And these pikey people, like gypsy people, were like after him. And then this new plumber what was coming, turns out he had some like bad stuff with the gypsy people like years ago, and they wanted to get payback on both of them. So as the plumber was coming here, they wanted to get payback on the plumber, and they also wanted to get payback on the kid who, you know, broke their window. So he drove the plumber's van into the garage, and this is where we're kind of at the moment. He's kind of like having to get himself out of this scene at the moment, where, you know, he's trying to like work out what to do now. Like, he's just had his garage crash through, doesn't know where he's going to get the funds to fix it, and obviously things have like all turned upside down. The plumber got fired from his plumbing job, so this Martin person was going to ask him to live here, that type of thing, that sort of stuff. And we do some pretty cool stuff, but I'm actually making a new account. I'm thinking of a good YouTube name. Well, it depends what you're interested in, really. Like, my channel's called NTV because we do NTV videos. Some people like to include like YouTube channels with something to do with the names, or what they get nicknamed at school, or, you know, for example, like what they, you know, for example, like something what's maybe played a big part in their life. Sometimes they like to, you know, use that as a YouTube name, or sometimes they just like to think of something cool and funky. Like, I don't know, like electronic gaming or something like that, or electro gamer, or, you know, like the cool gaming man. People like Z1 and Only Gaming, obviously. There's obviously like Dan Lags, he's like got a pretty cool name. I've had a few YouTube channels. My last one was called Ash101 Gamer, with 2 A's like this, and it was basically, that was a pretty good channel, but unfortunately it got hacked, I think. It got suspended, but before it got suspended, the password was changed, and I didn't change the password. So I think somebody like got into the YouTube account, and did something to like make YouTube like I don't know, like for example, make them like you sort of look into the channel like for things what necessarily maybe like got copyrighted. Like for example, like if you're streaming, you can't always help someone accidentally playing music in it and not realizing that their audio wasn't shared or something like that, you know, so YouTube could pick it up as like copyright or something like that. Also, I think we were doing like an RP on the old channel like quite a while back on GTA, and I think someone used a little bit of like racist language or something once, well, two people did actually, and I don't know if that could have like helped, but I don't think YouTube looked into it too much until this hacking happened. I'm not really sure. And then I had one before which was pretty good, but we didn't really do any role playing on it. We did one big role playing series, and then that got suspended as well, which I can't even remember why. It said something about copyright in one of the videos, and then it also said like I spammed the comment section, which I did spam a comment section. I was sticking up for another YouTuber, but that's another story to tell. But someone was getting a load of hate and I was sticking up for him more or less, and I must have spammed the comment section a bit too much. But so this is another show we do. We haven't done one of these for a while though, but this is one we used to do called Dunkers. This is like a game show, and basically two teams come out. You get an orange team, you get a yellow team. They get asked a series of questions. So for example, they get asked a question. If you know the answer, you tap that, your light lights up, and then that means that you know you've selected to answer the question because you know the answer. And if you know it, you get a point added up onto the scoreboard. And you know, if you get all the points, then basically you declared the winner. But you get the option to answer a bonus question. However, if the other player loses, he gets dunked in the dunker. So, for example, the person who wins gets the opportunity to answer a bonus question. Now, if he chooses to answer this bonus question, the person doesn't get dunked. He doesn't get dunked in the dunker until the bonus question has been asked, because if the winner gets the bonus question wrong, then all the winnings get moved over to the other person, and then the original winner would get dunked, and it's pretty cool. And if you win, you also come back as a VIP in the next episode, and you sit in a VIP booth and you watch the show. And I'll like tour a few things for you all. Go ahead. I may as well tour in here while we're here. So now we have Not the Loose Men, but we have the Saturday Night with Martin Boost, which is another show we record for YouTube, where it's just basically like a talk show where like Martin Boost will interview different people on different things. And we just talk about different things, like not real things. We make up like this city's in an actual like country, and it like has its own like football teams, and it has its own different things happening in the country, and we just make up stories and talk about them. We interview like different people, and people act in different Minecraft skins and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And then we have Winning Streak. So Winning Streak is basically a game show where you go on a winning streak. So basically a person comes out, he basically chooses a box, so the box will have like an amount of money in, like 50k, 30k, 25k, 15k, and whatever he like opens, whatever he gets is what he starts with. And basically from there on, he can answer a series of questions and go on a winning streak. So he could start with 30k. He could answer a question, and each time he gets a question right, his money goes up by 5k. However, every time you answer a question, you get the option to bank your cash, which is basically just, you know, like stop playing and, you know, just, you know, give up and take the cash you've earned so far. Or you can like keep carrying on to next questions, and you know, you can try and earn more money, you can try and answer more questions to go up and get more money. And like I say, every question you answer, you basically go up by 5k. So if you're on 15k, you get a question right, you obviously go up to 20k. However, if you get a question wrong, you can actually forfeit from losing all the money. So if you get like, start off with 50k, you answer like a few questions, say you do quite well and you go up to like 70k, however you get the question wrong when you're on 70k, you can actually lose the lot and actually go home with nothing. So you're not actually forced to actually, you know, you're not actually forced to actually like go home with anything. But obviously, you know, you could end up just going for ages. So you could just get tons and tons of questions right, and millions if you're like really clever. But you know, but if you get it wrong, then obviously you lose it all. So you know, it's a show where you could be made a millionaire, but also at the same time, the questions get harder. So you've got to kind of like, you know, you've got to sort of like, I guess you could say, you know, be careful with what you do. So we may as well start round here, as there isn't much here. So we can like start from the beginning and like go around like most of the city while we're here. I'll try and do most of the buildings. So we've got a Pokemon arena, what my friend built. I'm not really into Pokemon that much, so I don't really know how it goes too much, but he did it for me, and it looks pretty nice. It looks nice, even though I don't really know what Pokemon is. It looks pretty nice, sweet there. We have a club here. Now this club is for a music brand called ps4. Now, usually if you're like a teenager, now if you were like born in the 90s, so if you were born in like 1997, or like, you know, sort of like a bit younger, and maybe like 1998, you'll kind of know what ps4 music is. It's kind of like clubbing in Ibiza, and like kind of like beach party music in a way, but it's like a special kind, and it's like, it's quite like, it comes from like, you know, years ago, but it's still sort of like, they don't really do anything new with ps4 now, but they kind of still like host events where you can like go and listen to all the classical dance and beach music, that type of thing. And it's basically a club where they play like ps4 stuff, in other words. That's what it is. We've got an auto place here, so this is like a place where you can get your car mended. It's a for auto vending machine outside, that type of stuff, and it's not been done inside yet, so it's that's pretty cool. We'll go down here where we've got Noble FM, which is basically a radio station. So Noble FM is a radio station which gets played around just this city only. It doesn't go like round the country, it just goes round this city only. That's why it's kind of like only got a small radio tower just here, because it's just simply for a radio you can listen to oh pardon, if you live in the city, you know, city life, just for like driving to work and that. And then obviously if you're going on a further distance, when you get so far, you won't be able to pick up the radio station. We've got the NTV studios, like I said. We have got E-Light, which is basically a place where you can get like light fittings and light bulbs. So like, you know, kind of like light switches, light fittings, light bulbs, sort of like pull switches, you know, basically anything to do with like sort of like lighting. You know, it can be like outside lights, inside lights, fluoro lights, light fittings, chandeliers. They'll do it all at that shop for you. Got a fire station, which is pretty nice. It's not, I like it, but it still needs a bit of work doing to it. It needs some, like these fire engines aren't exactly the best. We have a better one somewhere else in the city, which I want to like build a replica of one right over here. But it's a nice fire station. It's just missing like fire trucks being with it and stuff like that. So I'm going to need to put some of them there. We've got Nuka-Cola, which is basically something from Fallout 4, which someone built for me. Not something I'm too like familiar with, but my friend did it and it looks pretty nice. It's got a pretty decent design. Got the candy block factory, which is like a factory for making candy, kind of like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it's not like over like fetched. It's just got like a little warehouse factory, and it's also got like some smoke towers, stuff like that. If you want to make a fire truck, like I say, I do have a better one in the map, which I'd like to replicate. Got a place where you can hire trucks, basically for doing things such as removals. If you're moving house, you can also get some vans as well. You can also put like a skip on the back of these if you're hiring a skip, that type of thing. We've got the MC Motors, which is basically a place where you can buy cars. You can buy like used cars. Still needs a bit of work doing to the inside and the surrounding areas, but I kind of abandoned this place and I went to the other side of the map where I've been doing a lot of detailed work, which you'll see later on in the tour. We've got the SBSC factory. Now SBSC is a company which my friend owns called Jamie, and he basically builds trucks in Minecraft. So he builds like, you know, like delivery trucks, like big, sort of like these big trucks with massive trailers on the back, and he has his own company. And the backing story is that he's been going like for years with the company, so we've got like a museum to show like the history of all the trucks. So this was the first ever truck, SBSC pickup, 1970s. So it's like a little pickup truck here from the 70s. We've got the SBSC box back, so it's basically the same truck but with a box back. Again, the 1970s, and then you sort of like come on to the history of all the trucks and how they've developed in the years go by, how they've like upgraded. You can see like how they've changed, how they've sort of like improved as the world goes on. You can kind of like definitely see how they've kind of like the different trucks. This is like a swap truck type thing. You've kind of got like the milk float, you've got the snow plow, you've got the normal like trucks you'd see like taking like delivering to a supermarket. You've also got a tractor, what SBSC have done. You've also got the SBSC Mini Cooper. There's also the Noble RS, which is a pretty decent sports car. A roller for when you're like resurfacing a road. A little family like sports car type thing, and we're all good on that front. So what I'm going to show you now is we'll go around here. So you've got a Morrison's, which is a shop in the UK. If you don't know what it is, it's like a supermarket in the UK. We've got a Digit headquarters. They basically hire diggers and sell diggers, and this is just like a big office building for them. We've got the SBSC Recycling Centre. So SBSC have an LTD as well, where they hire drivers to do deliveries, similar to like Eddie Stobart, and they have a recycling place as well, where like loads of skips get recycled from like construction work, that type of stuff. They do like a bin company as well. What else do we have? There's so much to show you, like a little ice cream shop which my friend made called Steve, so shout out to you. We've got an Aldi, which is another supermarket in the UK, but it's not as big as Morrison's. It's just a little freezer supermarket place, not as big. I'll add you after the tour. This one's got an actual like inside as well, so you can go ahead and see everything, all the shelving and that. And this is like the beepers what go off if you know, walk out stealing something. Pretty nice. We've got a service station, so there's a highway just there. You can see that what curves round there is a highway, so when you come off you can basically get a bite to eat at Burger King. You can stop off for the toilet, so if you want to go use the loo, and you can also get a bit of fuel if you're running low on fuel. You can see there that you can go ahead and, you know, fuel up your car. Got an SBSC LTD, so this is like where loads of SBSC trailers and trucks park, and then you come and collect them when you're going for work, as you can see right there. We'll stick in this area, we'll stay in this area because we're still here. We've got a shop which hasn't been named yet, so you can see there, that you can see here that this is not complete yet, and we don't really know what it's going to be. We've got a Sainsbury's local, which is basically again like another little miniature supermarket store, but like a really small one. It's just a little local store. We've got a dig it, which is again like where you can hire diggers, but we haven't put any of the diggers out here yet. It used to be an SBSC, but then something happened with SBSC, and some of the SBSC dealerships around this map got changed to dig its, but this one's still got the SBSC vehicles outside. Just the dig it sign has been put on. Got this, which was going to be a gas station, but it's going to get taken down because I've got plans for it, because we have a gas station just over there, and like this wasn't the best place where I wanted one. We have a Tesco warehouse, so this is where like loads of Tesco food gets sorted out, and then Tesco trucks will come and they'll come and like you know, pick up the food. They'll take them to the supermarkets, ready to go out on the shelves. Now this is another dig it place, with a ton of diggers all parked up, different colours, red, yellow, green and orange, so you can see there. That looks pretty nice. We've got a KFC. Yeah, I'll invite you very shortly. We've got a KFC, which again is you know, obviously the fast food place. We have a hand car wash and an auto place where you can basically get your car washed and serviced. So they'll like repair trucks and cars, and they'll also wash them for you. So you know, you can be pretty happy there that you can get your car washed. We've got a Lidl, which is another supermarket. Little supermarkets around this area. What is it? A Sainsbury's local, a Morrison's, an Aldi, and a Lidl. The Lidl's a bit further away, but you know. Got an SCS, which is a place for buying sofas. So it's like a big sofa warehouse and armchairs for decorating your homes. The KD Jumps, which is like a bike jumping place where you go around the course on your bike. Not been fully done yet. Like I say, I'm going to come to this area and I'm going to make it all look a lot more interesting and better, like very soon. Got a miniature train station, which is where the train track stops. Just basically runs down here, as you can see, and it just goes across here, and then it just raises up there and then ends, because I haven't extended it anymore just yet. So don't worry guys, this tour is going to pick up. I have got a city area. We're literally going into there now. We're going into the city area now. Like this is crazy guys. Like that stuff I don't class as good as the stuff I'm about to show you. So we've got an IKEA, which is obviously a big furniture store. We have a little burger place, and then we've got this big circle arena place. Like it's kind of like an arena slash like indoor place, whatever you want to call it. Anything can really go on in here, but it hasn't like been done yet. We've got skyscraper gym complex, so there's a gym at the bottom, and then there's like something else gonna go here, maybe like a fancy restaurant, and then there's gonna be offices at the top. I tell you what, we'll go down here. Then we've got the bingo place. So here's the bingo place. This is like where you can go and like play bingo, kind of like a bookies slash bingo, but it's got like an apartment complex along the top. Also says bingo there. We've got a plant restaurant, which hasn't been completed yet. I never really knew what to do with the sides and the back. just yet, so I haven't like gone much further with it. I'm coming back to do all the insides, by the way, guys. We've got this weird looking building, which I didn't do. I've never really understood what it is and why it's never had a door at the bottom. It's never had a way to get in. I didn't make it. We've got an RBS, which is a Royal Bank of Scotland, like headquarter slash skyscraper place. Pretty nice design. What else do we have around here? We'll go down here. We've got a little miniature spa shop with a little like apartment complex above. We've got a hairdressers with living space or offices above. We've got a pub, which I still need to do a design on the top yet. I'm not done with the design on the top yet. We've got a toy store with another like apartment complex above, a game shop, pre-order Block World now, the new Xbox 1S, look cool with the hot pink joypad, play jumping bricks free on PS4, new play system 4S, help wanted, Call of War, Forever Warfare, just advertising some games. Got a betting shop, which is like a bookies, which hasn't been done yet. We have a pet store, and then we have a fish and chips, which is like a restaurant and takeaway for fish and chips. And then you can see the Lidl's just back there. We have another Digit, so here's another Digit, which is basically like another Digit place to get diggers. Another digger there. It's actually just getting delivered to the digger shop, but it hasn't like turned yet. Well, actually, it's missed a turn, and what's it doing? Because you can't come down here. Like this is one way. Oh well, bad driving. I blame the truck driver on that front. Mr. Turning. We've got the Candy Block Hotel, which is like a grand hotel. Now this thing isn't complete, but it's close to completion. There isn't much left to do with it, and then it's going to be done like on the outside. God knows about interior in this thing. Like I really don't know what to do when it comes to doing this, but I'll find a way around it. And yeah, there's just like some like stuff at the back to do, and then it's going to be like more or less done. Big like cereal advert there as well. We have the John Hancock building, which is based off of a real building. I think it's in Los Angeles. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, but I know it's like somewhere like near it. We've got a bin place, which is actually moving, so ignore that because I'm actually like putting something new here. I'm rebuilding a bin place somewhere else. We've got the Twin Towers. Now these originally used to stand on a building exactly the same as this, but for the buses, and then I like took the bus place down, moved the bus place to a more suitable area, and I'm kind of like going to do a big park area all around here, and that's basically going to have the Twin Towers in this big park area. We've got the Instagram headquarters, which is a made up building by me. It's pretty nice though, I quite like it. We've got the construction site for the Snapchat headquarters, but it's not yet been built. Some diggers, a cement mixer, some different construction vehicles just working here, getting this building ready to be built. We have a LA taxi place, so this is where you can ring up and, you know, some taxis will come out and take you around the city. Got a Mr. Wongi Woo's Chinese restaurant, which hasn't been completed on the inside yet, but it's basically a Chinese takeaway slash restaurant. This place is shut down. It used to be a pizza place. It's no longer in business anymore. What else do we have? The Facebook headquarters. So there's the Facebook building. Very weird looking building, but I kind of like it. Got the Twitter headquarters, so there we go. We have a candy block sweet shop, but this is like MCL Landy. We were messing about one day, changing signs. We've got a cafe, a Labrooks for betting. We have an RV Auto, so this is like a place for RV camper vans and RV vehicles. And then we have an Aqua, which is basically a place where you can buy fish tanks and fish and stuff like that. Pretty nice. Hi Raffle. Yeah, you can play with me. If you send me a friend request, or if you get me to, like, if you give me your name, at the end of the stream, I'll go back and add every single person, because I'm just touring at the minute, like, I'm not building or anything, but when the stream's done, I may, like, start building some more stuff on, like, what I was doing. I was building before, but I got asked to do a tour, so I thought, why not? And, I'll like let people in after the stream, but if you all could hopefully just sit tight and watch the tour until you know, till I go ahead and get it done. We're nearly done, guys. Let's just say we're on another map before, and let's just say we've got all this to tour so far. So yeah, we'll like get through it. So we've kind of only been through like the very left hand side of the map. We've still got like where we are and like going up to show you at the moment. So you know, there's a fair amount to see, so hopefully you can stick by while we see it. And then where you see the river on the map, that like goes over to another part of the city where I've been building. No, it's this. This is my name, what I'm highlighting now. Ash 101, Ash 101 Gaming 123. So there you go. So yeah, we'll stay in the skyscrapers, but I have got something there to show you, like pretty soon. I've got something there to show you. So we will be heading over there. Okay, so we've got the Divvy Towers, which is something my friend made and named. It's just a big like pinky looking purpley tower. We've got the Lexington Hotel, but it actually got changed to the News at 10 PM headquarters. So if we actually go up to the top, the very top of this building, if you go here, we've got a weather map for when the weather gets announced for the whole country. So this is my city, Los Ashley's. Hi, good day. So this is Los Ashley's, the city I'm building right now. And then Sandstone Bay is my friend's city, called Ant. He's making that. My friend Stampy, he's got a city called Riften. And basically Kingston is a city which is made by my friend Steve, who might still be in the stream. And we made like all of our, like mine and all of our friends' cities, we've all made it look like it's on one country. So we have Greatwood, Chester City. That's like not a real city. There's some what aren't real cities, but then there's some what like people actually have. Like in real, like Oakfield City's a thing. Noble City was my old city on my old PlayStation account before it got banned. And then Badgertown is not real. Creeper City was a really old PS3 city I had, like going back like 2 years ago nearly. Seatown City is not real. CJ City is a city what my friend CJ's doing, but he barely works on it. And then Chambers upon Old Town is no such thing. Marseille is on the Isle of Steve, which is an island just off the main country. My friend Jabbo's doing that city, but he hasn't worked on it for a while because he's had a lot of business to take care of in real. and you come up here and there's nothing, but you come up here and there is. 2 secs. Sorry about that, guys. Then we have the newsroom. So this is where the news reporter sits and reports his daily greatest news, you know, car accidents, what's happening in the world, that type of thing. So there you have it. And also when we're recording, because we sometimes used to record a news thing, when we wanted to go down to different scenes and news reporters, we just used to fly out of this door because it was quicker than going down the stairs and going all the way to the bottom of the building. We just go out that door, and then same for coming back in. We didn't have to go all the way up. We just flew to the top of the building and went through the door. Then we've got the 432 Park Avenue, which is basically meant to be an apartment building, but right at the top it's got a show for Good Morning Los Ashleys, which we barely ever record now. We've done 3 episodes in total, and they never really worked out properly. We never got a proper official host to host the show, so we left it in the end, and it didn't we just stopped recording it, and we could never find a decent show set up for it, so we just decided to leave it in the end and just do nothing more with it. There was no point, and we'd rather record other shows where it was more fun and interesting, so that's what we did. We have the MCT. This is just a big office block. It looks pretty nice though. I definitely like the look of it. Used to be the SBSC headquarters, but it's in the middle of being changed. Got a Betfred with a gym above. Betfred's a bookies, and there's a Lloyd's Bank at the side with some cash machines. Got everybody's favourite, well, hopefully, a McDonald's. So, you know, your general McDonald's. This has an interior as well. I'm not sure if the upstairs has been done though. I know the downstairs has. No, the upstairs hasn't yet, but there was some floor plans for offices and a way to get up to the skyscraper, which is just basically here. You can kind of see there. So there we go. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, we've got the we've got the SBSC Ltd headquarters. Pretty nice, pretty good. Got a lot of nice shape to it. Quite like it. We've got the HSBC. This is obviously a bank. You should know it if you're from the UK. And it has a little miniature start to an interior inside. But we made it look like there was a shop robbery happening outside. So a load of police cars and a SWAT van was there. That type of thing. So it looks pretty nice. We've got a Tesco Express. This is just a little miniature local Tesco. Not like your big Tesco, just a little miniature one. We have an empty shop, so nothing is at the shop. It's not any type of shop. It's waiting for someone to take it over. We've got a Subway. So there's a Subway. Big Subway on the corner. Which for some reason it's been broke. I don't know why. But no insides yet. We have a Pizza Hut and a Costa Coffee. We have the Bank of China. So there's the Bank of China there. Standing up tall and feeling great. We also got the MetLife building, which is a real life building in New York. The Bank of China is real as well. We've got the MetLife Underground Tube Station. So there's a tube station. A vending machine. Actually works, but I'm not going to make it work for today's episode or stream. This ladies' toilets is closed due to broken sink. We have the men's. So there you go. And then you go ahead and you've got the actual area where, you know, you can come down to the thing. We're in the middle of building a train, and you've got a little cafe, a bake, and you've got a shop, which is just basically, you know, consists of what the underground station is. MetLife. We've got the Windows building where they, like, you know, work out all the Windows updates. Very nice looking building. Love the look of it. We have got the Kenswick Apartments, which is just a block of flats what you can rent out. Looks very nice though. We've got another Dig It place, but there's no diggers here at the minute. Well, this is actually Dig It Tool. This is just where you get tools, such as like hammers and, you know, screws and nails and screwdrivers, you know, drills, that type of thing. Got the Lloyd's Bank again. We're back out here, look. We've got the Freedom Tower, which is actually in the middle of being, well, it got griefed a while ago, but I got so busy like doing other things that I didn't like come back to fully fix it, but I will be fixing that at some point, so don't worry. We've got CB, which is a chicken restaurant. Instead of Clucking Bell from GTA, it's Clucking Block. So Clucking Blocks. We have another one of those cafes, like the cafe you saw back up there. Same company. We have a hotel. So it's built by Shadow Strike, named by Noble. I think I'm going to call it the 5 Strike Hotel, because I think that's a pretty cool name. We've got the PC shop, so this is where you get, like, you can buy laptops and accessories, such as like chargers, headphones, PC games, mouse mats, keyboards, mouses, computer towers, hard drives, you know, general stuff, what you would get for, you know, a game like that. American Truck Simulator, new. We've got the LA Hospital. This is just one hospital. I'm going to do like some more in the future. And then we've also got this here, which is basically Hotel Noble. We have another building here which is empty. We've got the LA Theatre. This has got a little inside. Been working here recently actually. Cash Blast, you can join. If you send me a friend request or tell me your name on a PSN, you can get, like, I'll invite you at the end, or like to a party in the game. Just doing a tour at the minute. So here we go, like little DJ room. Sick. I definitely say we should have made that bigger. That's my only regret. But it's a pretty sick room. I love these decks. Like, they are the 2K decks. See? And then we actually have a lift and a theatre room. So if you're going to watch your opera shows, then you can, like, come into this room. But this room's not been done yet. Back upstairs. Yeah, we have the Conrad building, which is a big office building, but it's got some shops below. So it's got a DFS, which is a sofa shop. It's got an SDI, which is a motorcycle clothing store, O2, which is a mobile shop, a TSB, which is another bank, but a smaller one, a KFC, which you all know what a KFC is by now, surely, and then we'll go down here last. So yeah, parking lot, which hasn't been completed yet. I've actually been lazy with this, because this parking lot's been here like since before there was like anything at the other side of the river. Like, my friend started building it and he didn't come back to do it, and I literally said like, well, I can't have incomplete things left in the world, so I took over the project, and then I went and like only did a bit of work to it, and I went and left it myself. So I basically did nothing much better than he did. I just changed up a few designs and then I left it for a while, and then I got my head into gear and came back to it again for so long and done like a little bit more to it, and then I left it again. So I'm gonna have to come back to this at some point. Just even if I just get the building done itself, I'm gonna have to come back to it because it's incomplete. What else do we have? The Boost headquarters. This is where they like do all the what would you call it, like sort of like business meetings for new flavours of drinks, what they're going to bring out. You know, they discuss all the flavours of drinks. It looks nice, you can see there. So there we go, you can see there. They do all the business meetings. This building's not being complete. Yeah, I'll add you at the end. I mean, I don't necessarily need help. Like, I'm not like, as in I can't build and I need help, but I always accept a bit of help just to keep things running smoothly. Got the Tower of Ice. We've got the Argos HQ with an Argos shop at the bottom. Got an SBSC, which is a trucking dealership. So there we go. And then we have an MCT shop, which I'm going to get rid of at some point. It's basically a wrestling shop, but a friend built it who used to join, but he doesn't join now, and I'm not a fan of wrestling. So, like, I don't disrespect people who are, but I'll like sometimes have a debate about it with them, but I don't hate them for watching it. I just don't tend to watch it myself anymore. I used to like it, but that was, you know, that was going back like 5 years ago when I was a bit of a younger kid and didn't know what I was doing. We've got a McDonald's again, cinema, a shoe shop, a candy shop, another KFC, another TSB, another game shop, a hairdresser's, and the next. Oh dear. What tablet have you got? Oh, bye. Got an office building. Shard, is it? Shanghai? One of them two. Another SBSC Ltd. A bridge. Shop and townhouses. We have the Candy Block headquarters, like skyscraper, and a hit and run cafe underneath. We have an auto, a Poundland. We have a huge cathedral slash church. All the like stuff, you know, like when you'd spawn in, like welcome to the map, that type of stuff. It all used to be inside of here, but we moved it recently, a couple of months back. We've got Mr. Wongi Woo's again. It's another Chinese restaurant. We have a gas station. And that is it, guys, for this part of the city. That is the whole... Oh, yeah. One last thing. The Taipei 101. Yeah, I forgot about that. But there is just two big things to show you in the map. Two. At this side of the map. Two. And then I've practically shown you everything at this side of the map. Don't ask me to ever do this again because this is taking so long. This isn't completed, by the way, guys, but it is so big. I mean, look at the size of the roof. It is a full-size football stadium. There we go. Jeez, it still needs a lot of lighting up to be done. And as you see, it's not completely done. But yeah. There you go. Whew. I'll do another tour of the rest in another stream.